Do 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 do. Do 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 do. How is everybody? How's everybody feeling? How's everybody living? How's everybody breathing? Oh, I'm feeling good. It's the I've only been back for 2 days, but it feels good to be off again. I don't want to jinx it, but actually work's been pretty fine since I got back. But that again, that could just be because those first 2 days not really doing proper work. It's kind of like you're coming back, so you're not doing 100% of the work. Maybe, I guess. We'll see. Anyway, we last time we left it off, if I remember correctly, we had made it to the Vanu Vanu village. I think they're called the Vanu Vanu. And we were trying to figure out why their crops were doing badly. Because their crops were doing pretty badly. And we had come to this conclusion that the so-called like festival they do, like a harvest festival they do, it wasn't just a harvest festival, but it was also kind of like a pseudo magical ritual that increased how well they did in terms of increased their crop yield effectively, which seemingly either the ground itself has got an addiction to, or you physically can't grow anything in this area if you don't have this ritual, which kind of seems like an innate problem anyway, because they are using a finite resource in those gems to try and get this ritual to happen. And it also requires the hay that they make to then make the next boat, I think. I'm not 100% sure on the logics there. But yeah, we found out about that, and then I think our next mission was literally going to try and get the... I think we were going for the stone, while another group goes for something else. And I think both the second promise and the two-headed boy, they're also here. And they're just like, one of them's like, I'm going to use my tech to save you. Haha, my technology will win. And the other one's like, I'm just going to steal whatever the other people do. Which will be interesting. I mean, it very much feels like we're taking the back seat, but I'm not necessarily annoyed that we're taking the back seat, you know? It's kind of like we're on the ride, and it's fun to see. You know, it's going to be fun. I'm sort of trying to stall here because we're not hit the right hour mark, but I think we'll probably hit it by the time I get into the game, so let's have a see. Doo-doo. The server is currently congested. I don't remember seeing that before. That makes me worried. Have I accidentally chosen a time in which it's not on? Like, is it going to be like the news is like, screw you, person who's trying right now, we're actually doing server maintenance or something? No, never mind. Never mind at all. Scratch that, you heard nothing. Do 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 do. Oh, by the way, if you don't know about Baron Zarkobel, this is technically his company. Go have a look at his free company. Go have a look at his stuff. He's very, very fun. So yeah, we're gonna go speak with... I guess we're speaking with them at the place, is my guess. Or are we going for the... I think we are going for the stone, but maybe we're not? Question mark? God, I feel like such a bad person, because every time I'm watching I'm watching like any form of like TTRPG thing now, I'm kind of just rooting for death. And I've said this before, and I don't feel like it's the best thing to be rooting for, but I just find myself doing it more and more. I don't know. When there's this close fight, I'm just like, oh, come on, one of them could die. I know it's a thing with MMOs, but I do wish that in some way they came up with a canon reason why there's like such high level things in areas that you just be like, how is this thing stronger than a dragon? Because I fought dragons in Blimmin' Heaven's Ward that were level 50 something or something, you know? Hello, Linuhanu. How are you doing, fine person? Cave Kikatola, as promised, home to many deadly creatures. Venture inside if you feel confident, but I will conduct my own search out here. You can spot raw abacoxia by its green-hued glimmer. Bring anything matching that description to me. I shall help score the inside of the cave then. You take the west half, I'll take the east. I don't know my west and east, if I'm being honest. I don't really know my north and south, because most of the time they're pretty easy to figure out. Is this the cave? This is the cave. Okay, cool. They're gonna attack me. No, wait, they're passive. Never mind. Do 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 do. These look like they're giant radishes. You know, if you pull them out of the ground, maybe you'll actually just get a freaking huge radish. Somebody should tell the blimmin' bunny people. On closer inspection, you find the glimmer you spied was just light reflecting off the water. Why did you attack me? We could have lived in harmony. Hakuna Matata and all that. What a wonderful phrase. Ain't no passing phrase. It means no worries. Right, maybe the next one we'll get. You find a chunk of stone glowing a distinct shade of green. This seems like the exact kind of material Linuhanu was looking for. Oh, it was the second one. I'm normally like have such a bad luck with these kinds of things that it's always the last one I pick. But I'm happy with that. Do 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 do. I picked over the ground near the entrance but found nothing. Do you have any better luck? Did you have any better luck inside the cave? Yeah, I found this. Yes, this is Abocaxia. Along with Cryle's contribution, we have more than enough for our needs. The stones you brought shine very brightly. I thank you both. Well, I mean, do you have to process it? It's raw at the moment. He would have been happy to know we're putting things right. He? Truth be told, a good friend of mine was meant to be a festival leader for this year. Ihihana. But when the big storm hit, he did not survive. It fell to me to carry on in his stead. That was why you agreed to Wuklamat's request, despite your initial reluctance. Yes, it hurt to hear, but she was right. Though I must mourn, I cannot let my grief consume me. Her words made me realize that the path to my recovery, our recovery, is already laid out before me, and I will walk it for myself and for my friend. Thank you for sharing your story with us. Please rest assured that we've taken your plight to heart. I'm certain our companions are producing the other materials as we speak. Everything will come together, and the Hanu shall host a splendid, uplifting festival. That we shall. Yeah. With that, let us return and deliver the Aboxia into Wookever's waiting hands. sure. It's very rare for them. I feel like I'm not used to them kind of just going, yeah, this person died and they were a good friend of mine, without it being like a notable character and it having a big thing to it. So I was a bit taken aback when I heard that. I mean, it definitely hammers home the point of like getting over grief and everything. I just didn't expect it. I was expecting her to say something along the lines of like he was injured and couldn't continue the task or something, you know, or like he lost his enthusiasm for the festival and so I had to take over or something, you know, something like that. So what I suspected. Not to this blimmin' level. You know what, we're gonna do this. Sorry about this, I'm still trying to figure out how to get this thing exactly correct so that I can both hear you, like it both sounds like you can hear me and the music without one of them overpowering the other. Although I guess technically I want mine to overpower the music in most contexts. But you know. Boom. I'm so not used to enemies actually attacking me that it feels so weird that they are. I wonder how they made this. Because, like, it would have taken, like, a load of scaffolding to make this, and then you would have to have bored holes of, like, pretty decent size into the tree without killing it, I guess? Which is surprising. That's a lot of tech for people that seem to use an ancient ritual. Thanks to the third promise and her mighty swings, we've collected some suitable logs. What of the Aboxia? Well, I think you'll find I got a pretty good one, and I guess Kryl also got something. I'm kidding, of course. Kryl did most of the job. Yes, these are excellent samples, a goodly quantity too. At this stage, you'll likely surmise that the lifting of wings encourages the crops to grow, but not exactly how, eh? Well, you're in for a treat. If all goes to plan, the result should be spectacular. Now, to get to work crafting these pieces for the float. I could use an assistant versed in arcane arts to enhance the conductivity. Then I'd be delighted to help. I mean, she is probably one of the best in arcane arts. Everyone else should go back to Okahanu. We'll join you at the float once the work here is complete. I've got a sneaking suspicion, Kryl. It's not gonna make it. It's not gonna make it there in your hands. Instead, it's gonna make it there in the two-headed dude's hands. And we're gonna lose our... we're gonna lose our, like, ability to get the thing here. Because that seems like the thing they'll do. And they'll just be like, ha ha ha, the strong take from the weak, you dingus. I've got a sneaking suspicion, but I mean, this is just a guess. That feels like something... They wouldn't have hinted at what happened if that wasn't something that was going to happen. Well, at least they're going to try. I'm kind of hoping that's when I step in and just go, nope, you're not interfering. Greetings. The Upuka was gathering the Upopio. The Upio was a trial in and of itself. At first, Wook ever criticized everything I did, And then he suddenly yelled, "I've spoken ill of the third promise and must punish myself," and proceeded to slam his head against the tree. I told him not to worry about it, again, and it was like snuffing out a candle. He's an odd one, that's for sure. At least we've seen to the poles and the new eye. Now we just have to wait for the feathers from the twins. Is that going to be stolen? Ooh, guys, I think I'll take the green. We should get some rest before the excitement begins. I love this music. Over there, by the float? Isn't that the third promise? Then the rumors are true? She's trying to complete the feat of reeds by reviving the Inuhanu? The festival is a prayer for healthy crops, but does she honestly believe that will be enough to save our harvest? The second promise, meanwhile, barely glanced at the field before leaving Okuhanu altogether. Maybe we've asked too much of our young claimants. Oh, I wouldn't be too quick to count Konara out. A friend of mine overheard him muttering by the reeds something about what needs to be done. Is that so? Perhaps we'll see another one of his innovations firsthand. Why would you say that right next to the third promise? Huh, that sounds like our Kanohanu. Koanu, who? I can't say his name. One look at the reeds and was all he needed to think up a solution. Be that as it may, our own solution is nearly ready. Indeed, as soon as the others get back, our long-awaited festival can begin. It took some doing, but we've managed to gather competitors to vie for the title of Winds Chosen. The winner was only too happy to donate his feathers. You should have seen him. He curled forth an incredible gust that sent his feathers sailing for miles. We had our turn ourselves, but it's more difficult than it looks. Poor Erenville twirled in the air for a moment before landing on his foot. I am a gleaner. Magic is not part of our training. As for us, we bought the wooden gemstone replacements crafted by Whatever. All that's left is to attach them. Has it been decided who will ride the float? Well, surely it's the festival person. Papa was the guest of honor the last time I was here. I remember being surprised they could even lift the thing with its hulking weight on top. The rider must be a personage of great esteem, which is why an invitation is usually extended to the Dawn Servant. This time, however, I have another in mind. Oh, who is it? Our beloved Inuhana, the lifting of wings is only being held because of you and your companions. Thus do I nominate you, Wuklamat, as our guest of honor. No, me? It should be me instead. No, I'm kidding. I'm happy with this. The boat won't make me seasick, will it? I don't think so. Then weigh anchor. I can hardly refuse a request from one even more enthusiastic about the festival than me. I would be delighted to ride your float. Thank you, Wuklamat. I have roles for the rest of you as well. We'll be carrying the festival float in a slow procession towards Kazunaki, where the sacred likeness of Kikiyaka is enclosed. What I'd like you to do is clear the path of dangerous wildlife so that the procession can move along unimpeded. Consider it done. That's literally good. I can get rid of dangerous wildlife. You expect me to sit still until Whatever has finished with the float? Let me come along and help with the clearing. As you know, I'm not much for fighting. I'll stay behind and assist Whatever with the repairs. Whatever sounds better. If you aren't sure where you need to go, the path I spoke of begins at the south of the village and then branches off to the east. That will lead you across the bridges to the Stride of Sun. Then we shall see to the clearing it end to end. Do, do, do. We'll see it cleared end to end. Boom, baby. Everybody's left that's a combatant. I'm sure nothing bad's gonna happen. Here's my big guess. 281's gonna steal our stuff. But it's not gonna work for them. Because, I don't know, something related to their personality or something. As Linuhanu said, should be down the place should be down this way, then off to the east, when the path branches, then something about bridges and the stride of sun? Anyway, let's split up and get to work. Once we've called all the threats you can find, we'll meet up in front of Kikiyaki. So yeah, it's not going to work because personality, and then the second promise is going to come in and go, boom. Boom. I've got just an actual solution. But it's not going to feel like the actual festival. And so they'll give it us as just like, thank you for actually doing the festival because we needed that. I can see why they don't do it though, right? You think you can beat me with this attack? Boom. Next. You think a turtle like that will defeat me? Probably. I mean, there's some turtles that probably can beat me. Now, that's my guess in terms of the story. It's also equally possible that the story is instead just going to be something along the lines of, like, it goes scot-free. Like, they try something, we stop them. I mean, it'd be hard to take credit for what we've done with how many people know about our plan and how many people would vouch for us. It feels unlikely that they can steal our work and actually... Yeah, bring it on. 2 of them. Please don't cast Tornado. Hiya! Hiya! You can't beat the double slash. No one can beat the double slash. Sorry. But yeah, that's my guessing. I've got no idea if that's actually true. I've also, you know what else I've learned? But going back onto the TTRPG stuff. I've realised how much of a horrendous thing it is if you're the one sort of straight man you're the one sort of straight man in like a group of like wacky characters. You know what I need to do? I need to do this. Because, like, you're there and you're, like, you're trying to keep it on course. But, of course, because they're doing all the fun stuff, you come across as, like, the bad guy. Even though, realistically, all you're doing is just trying to keep it on course, you know? If you just constantly sat there and just didn't do anything, it'd be funny, but you wouldn't get actually through the story. You want a bit of both. At least I want a bit of both. Is it going to be 3 enemies this time? Nope, just these ocelots. Oh, they look slightly different. I couldn't tell you how they look different. I think the last one I fought, at least the only one I remember, was in one of the very few first dungeons. I think it had like the ability to turn you to stone, like it had a basilisk thing. I could be completely wrong there, but I've got this in my mind, it trying to like freeze me. But obviously never doing it because it was just a thing on the ground. Oh, so this is what we're dealing with. It's like a bird dude made out of like... It's like a bird spirit. I like it. Feels like you need to renew this statue a fair amount of times, though. Boom. We're done. Ah, you were one step ahead of us. Ah, you were one step ahead of us. That's better. This must be the likeness of Kikiyaku. Kikiyaki? In the Hanu Hanu deity of harvest. I don't know voices, I'm sorry. I don't remember this. Even their sacred images are woven with reeds. I did also half expect a whale. I know that from the previous thing. Makes you appreciate how much their culture revolves around the reed harvest, doesn't it? It's said that Kikiyaki was worshipped on another continent. This ancient faith was then brought to Tutorial by the first Hanu Hanu. The Hanu migrated here from another continent? Then perhaps the two do share a common ancestor. This is all very fascinating, but shouldn't we get back to Linu Hanu? He'll want to know the path is safe for the procession. Right, and I need to ride on that float. I'll run on ahead and tell him we're done here. Ooh, you're gonna get caught by the two-headed boy. I just know it. Meanwhile, in Akuhanu... Dune. Evil music? Yeah, that sounds evil.
Not sure we heard you right, old man. Why don't you say that again?
Why don't you say that again?
As many times as you'd like. The third promise tasked me with repairing this float, and I'll not relinquish it to an uncultured brute like you. Much less one that can't even manage a simple greeting.
Hey.
We wanted to handle this in a civilized way, but we're more than willing to kill you.
Wow. Immediately to death.
We have a two-headed problem. Yes, please hurry.
Hey, we got link pearls.
She's on her way back already?
Stand back, Wukevu! I will protect the float!
I like this guy. Or gal. I mean, he's pretty big. I don't know why you're laughing.
You trying to be brave, little bird.
He's pretty
Never
big.
have repaired the float alone. Not properly. But thanks to Wuklamat and her friends, we can hold Ihihana again.
Ihihana. Got it. I've been saying
This
Inuhana.
is a priceless treasure. And as festival leader, I would die to protect it.
Good on you, Linuhanu.
Very well, if that's what you want.
I thought he had two swords, but he has a sword and a staff. Oh, not strong enough yet.
Everything into that blow.
Good. The better for you to understand the gulf between us. But you need more lessons. We'll carve them into your mangy hide until you cry and beg forgiveness.
Oh, but can you take us all?
Your brilliant plan was to steal the float and take the credit. The so-called blessed siblings are nothing but cheats.
Is that? Yeah, they're not great.
Your scorn is sweet music.
I'd
Our
love to
weaklings
fight you.
We'll crush you each in turn, or all together, if you like.
Bring it on.
Calm yourself, chosen one. If you fight in earnest, this will end in a massacre.
Yeah, it will.
What's more, we have word that our other prospect is on the verge of success.
Very well.
Then it would be foolish to expand the effort, sweating nuts.
Please. You just saved your life.
Lucky for you. Eh?
It's just saved your life, mate. You don't want me joining this. You'll see what actually happens when someone strong hits you with a full-on attack.
Ugh, two heads. I see Mamuk still clings to that loathsome hope.
Hey, it's culture. You like culture. You said it. Fair's fair.
Talk to us, Third Promise. You're not dying, are you?
He took one attack and it didn't even hit him.
It'll take more than that to kill me.
He's fine.
So, are we having this festival or not?
God damn right we are. Oh,
Yes.
look at that face.
Yes, we are.
Oh, that's so cute. Oh, I love these guys. Fuck, I kind of want to play one of these in the TTRPG now. Damn. I bet you the thing is, when the eventual Final Fantasy 14 one comes out, I doubt they even put like the beast races in there. They'll stick to probably the playable ones. But I'd love to play a Hanu Hanu. Thank you for coming to our rescue. I tried to protect the float, but against that two-headed, I may as well have not been there. Nonsense, you stood your ground and brought us time we needed to make it here. You were incredibly brave. He's not right. Right, okay, he's not wrong. Which one of these greens do you think I want? I think I want the lighter green. With that exciting interlude over, you'll be pleased to know that my repairs are finished as well. Before we commence the festival, however, it would be courtesy to inform the village that the Ihihana will be held after all. Go forth, but do not forget your greeting. At this stage, I should hope the reminder is unnecessary. Okay, Okahali. See, I remember. Okahali. Huh. Okuhali. Say Okahali. Do. I can do that. I just got to really make sure I spell it and also put all the capitals in. Okohali. Hey, mournful dude. Switch to say. Kali. Is that how you spell it? OHOKAI. Please don't be sad. Okahali. What? The float is fixed? Our fallen friends would be glad to know that the Ihihana will soon be underway. They would have wanted us to honour them with celebration, not their loss deter us from it. I must go and enjoy the festival for those who no longer can. You were very on the nose about that, I tell you that. Ogohali, please don't be sad. Ogali! Ohali! Oh, Gali! The festival is about to begin? What do you expect me to say? Besides, of course I'll be there! Cleaning up the storm's aftermath may have been hard on us all, but the lifting of wings is tradition, and a joyous one at that. I won't sit here brooding my days away. Give me a moment to get ready. I mean, it specifically said you were a dispirited Hanu. So I feel like if I hadn't said anything, you might have been. Oh, Callie, please don't be sad. Oh, Callie. Thank you for letting me know. I'd very much like to attend the festival, but the repairs should be finished as soon as possible. What to do? What to do? It's a once a blimmin' year? 4 years? Festival. You can miss a day of repairs. Ogahali! Oh, okay, they didn't care. Look, Ivu! I didn't read that. That as well. Once your friends return, the lifting of wings can begin at last. He's gonna do all of this, and then he's just gonna get overshadowed by the second promise or something. Or, nah, there's no way. No way they can be. The second promise is boys. Are they smiling? Is that a smile?
So few have come.
What a shame.
Patience. Once Ihihana gets underway, no Hanu will be able to resist joining in.
Just so. Ukevu knows well the heart of the Hanu. Have faith, third promise, and climb aboard the float. It is time for the lifting of wings.
Do you want me to lift it? I can lift it.
Right. Off we go.
Ihihana is a prayer for bountiful harvest. But this is not its only meaning.
Okay. I feel like you're gonna tell me.
It is also an exchange of pledges between rider and bearers. A commitment to a long and fruitful
Like
friendship.
hit TV show. That cartoon TV show, Spider Riders.
Listen well, friends. The personage we bear today is Wuklamat, the savior of our beloved festival. Let your shoulders burn or your feathers fall out. But do not even think of dropping her!
Aww, that's nice. Yes, sir. Yeah, I like that guy's just like, I understand, mate. I've done this a couple times.
Ready and...
This ain't my first rodeo, mate. Oh, they dance while doing it as well.
I could get used to this.
That is incredible. I love that. Do 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 do. Do 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 do.
Will empty bellies stop you from joining in the fun? Come and help us carry the float!
I mean, empty bellies actually it'd be quite, I mean, it'd be a good workout.
Well, well, well. To see the day that Dawn's promise would ride our boat again. We've not had the honor since you were here, Gulul Jaja.
Who's normally there? Is it you? They're not carrying the boat.
Right. We've enough bearers now. Onwards to Kozaduaki!
You only have 4. You haven't gained any work unless you switch out. I like this dance. Can I get this dance? Oh, I'm sure it's the Beast Quest, isn't it? Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Oh, is something gonna happen? Light up?
Watch well, for you are about to bear witness to the true glory of Ihihana.
Okay. Oh, Aether. How did they not notice this was a ritual? The Aether's literally coming out of people. What? I don't take my Aether.
The float draws upon our life force. Concentrate.
Wait, it's stealing my life?
The energy.
I don't want that.
Tishaihi then receives that energy and expels it in a great burst, where it showers down upon the land to replenish its vital currents.
Okay, so you're sacrificing your life for blimmin' for blimmin' crops? I mean, sure, I guess that is your life. Fair enough. Is it gonna work? Ooh. Are they gonna suddenly grow? Or is it gonna be just like, no, the soil's better now? Oh, it suddenly grew. It suddenly grew by like a significant amount. How have they never noticed this? This is, I feel like I gotta call bull on this. No one's noticed that?
It worked.
Like a literal charm.
That feels like something that I would notice. How would people forget
really
this?
Was helping the reeds.
Yeah, of course it was. When was it not? Did it not normally do that?
Amazing! To think that such a thing was even possible.
Did this not happen last time? When you had your Dawn servant on it? Nothing? Okay, okay. I guess they're not going to bring that up. Obviously, it must not have happened because, or else it wouldn't make any sense. Should I have left the float behind like that? I was so excited to see the reeds. Nothing to worry yourself over. My brethren have been swept up by the festival fever. Last I saw, they were taking turns at the carrying poles on the way back to the village. Please feel free to look over the fields and enjoy the sight of what you've accomplished. Oh, so we've just got it? This is us winning? I didn't expect us to win. Oh, it didn't do 100% of it.
Some of them still look a bit sickly.
I imagine even the harvest magic has its limits. If the Hanu continue their festival tradition year after year, though, the entire field should eventually recover.
Oh, and that's when the second promise is going to sweep in.
Where does that leave us with the feet, then?
You partly did
You've
it.
got nothing to fear on that account. Our
Hey!
situation could never have resolved itself. The revival of even a single reed would have served to demonstrate your commitment to the task.
Okay.
That you recognize the nature of the float and found a near-perfect solution in Ihihana proves your dedication. What's more, I don't think I've seen the festival produce
I
such
get it.
impressive results since I was a mere chirper.
That makes a bit more sense. Got it.
We have been lax in maintaining the float, diluting its magic and reducing Ihihana to hollow theater.
Oh no, okay.
But today's events remind us of the power in tradition.
And then the second promise is going to come in and go, screw tradition! Technology! Screw tradition!
Connor!
Hey!
I was delayed by an unpleasant encounter, but it seems I arrived at a good time.
Are they good friends? Wow, did he beat them up? Good on you, mate. Good on you. Nice. Pretty freaking impressive.
Oh, isn't that wonderful?
What? You just pour in some mystery liquid and problem solved?
It was a pretty cool liquid.
Stagnant ether was to blame for the reed's poor condition. I assumed that was an alchemical concoction which enhances ethereal conductivity.
Probably.
It utilized the flowing water as an ethereal current, thereby promoting the transfer of life energies.
A method I could not have devised without the education I received at the studium and the cooperation of my Archon allies.
Hey, Archons.
Archon allies?
Yeah, he's got Orange and Thancred.
You see, Lamachi, this is why we need to embrace foreign knowledge and technology. Employed appropriately, they make light work of what would otherwise be arduous labor. There's no need to lug around heavy floats.
Well, you always were the clever one, brother.
Your approach was no less effective, Wooklamat. It achieved the same result.
Yeah, it's true. But
Indeed it did. And you enjoyed the festival, yes?
I did. It was so much fun. Having visited your village before, I thought I knew everything about it. As it turns out, I knew very little. About the reeds, about Ihihana. With all I've learned this time, I feel as though I've really come to know the Hanu. And I like you even more now than I did before.
hey, that's nice.
The feeling is mutual. And it's not just you who had a lot to learn either. I'll never look at our float the same way again.
Because you won't need it. Because of the water.
The two of you have exceeded expectations. Come forth and claim your stones.
Hey. It's a difference in the in solution, but the same result. Except ours.
So this is what they look like.
Go on, set it in the tablet.
Yeah, come on, you got this. It's only fair.
A perfect fit. That leaves 6 more.
Does indeed.
And on to the next.
It is very, very
Not
focused.
even a moment of celebration. That's Kona for you.
Corner, got it. Corner. I'll keep calling her Koana.
The third
Calling
promise?
Kiana.
You must...
Corner.
As Dawn servant, of course.
Hey, I mean that might happen. I'm not really hedging my bets anywhere.
Right.
I mean, I
Back
am
to
helping
Caligula
them,
for now.
but mainly because the others seem to
Thank
have
you for
some
having us.
holes in
I
their
look
logic.
forward to seeing you all again.
And at least this guy can be taught something. Sorry, this gal. Sorry, I default to guy, and it's wrong because Wooklamat is a lady. So I'd go gal.
These are interesting times indeed.
Indeed they are. I mean, there's an argument to say that, like, Corner actually did more, but hey. Is he a stolen one?
The concoction was brewed by Kona himself. It's a test vial, but it should contain the same reagents.
Ooh, it's not gonna work. Side effects.
Good work. We'll use whatever we must to win. For win we must.
Ooh, it's not gonna work, and it's gonna screw over a couple of plants in the future, isn't it? My journey has just started, and I've already met so many wonderful people. Look, Eva, Evu, for one, he's a bit eccentric, but everyone could stand to be as respectful of other cultures as he is. And Linuhanu, it warmed my heart to see him honor his departed friend through the Ihana, and to help others do the same. I can't help but feel excited thinking who else I might meet over the course of the contest. Come, let's go back to the Exvolve Dial. Exvolve Dial? I forget. Did I get the crystal? I don't have the crystal. Is there a way for me to get the crystal? I mean, I've helped you do this whole thing. Surely you'll give me the crystal. Oh, okay, cool. That's fine. I was wondering there that I couldn't attune to it, but I think I was too close before. That's my guess, at the very least. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Let's go have some, what was it, burritos or something before? I think that's what this place sells. And just like that, we found an elective and won our first keystone. I knew I was right to trust your instincts. Come on, let's keep moving and march onwards. Chances are good we'll find an elector there as well. Before we do anything, however, we should see what your optimistic Pelu friend has to say. I've been waiting for what feels like days and eaten enough tacos to feed an army. What is it you'd like to know? Our main concern was confirming the state of the road ahead. As I recall, to reach your place, we depart from the Arch of Dawn, then take the road west on the first fork. Should we be wary of anything along the way? That is indeed the way to my place. After the damage wrought by the recent downpour, however, you'll be doing more stumbling than walking. But do take heart, when it comes to rugged terrain, we have the most dependable solution available. Come with me. It's a dirigible. We're going to be taking a dirigible, isn't it? Oh, what's that? A new dawn, a new hunt. Sure. I never really did the other hunt, so I'm not planning on doing this hunt. I really like the setting, you know, it's very chill. I think that's the thing that gets me. It's not like instantly the world has gone fire, everything's dying, panic, panic, panic. It's just like, how does help this person become king? Which you'd think is a huge task, but it isn't here. May I introduce you to our most dependable companion, the alpaca? What a cutie. These animals can traverse the steep mountain trails as if they were gentle fields, and all while carrying heavy loads. Our merchants would be lost without them. So they fill much the same niche as our chocobo back home. You don't have alpacas in Aurozia? Alpacas are native to Yogg-Tral. Aurozia has its chocobos, and the eastern lands have their horses. Why go through the trouble of breeding another pack beast in a place which ill suits its qualities and where it's not needed anyway? But must we ride these little monsters? I get the impression you aren't fond of alpacas? When I was small and being a bit naughty, I went around pulling on their wool. One of them spat on me, and it was the foulest stench you can imagine. I see. What do they like to ride? Alpacas bred as mounts are inquisitive and docile. Even those without experience find them easy to handle. We're really doing this then. So was my information useful to you? Yes, very helpful. If it wasn't, even if it wasn't what I wanted to hear. Good, I'll take my payment now. You want me to pay you? I guess I should have expected as much from a Pelu merchant. Let me see what I have on me. The Pelu value the act of spreading joy through trade. As you should know, they take pride in making deals that benefit both parties. Here you go, a fair price for your fair advice. Yes, I made a trade with the third promise herself. My friends will never believe this. I shall be on my way now. I wish you safe travels. Off you go then, and thank you. I better not get spit on again. You brought that on yourself. Remain calm and gentle, and so will they. I mean, I'm pretty big for an alpaca. I'm still not happy about this, but if you need to ride alpacas to reach this place, that's what we'll do. Pardon me? Do 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 do. I assume we'll be dealing with the first promise. Is my guess, because we dealt with the other one there, and then one repeat.
Turali poets of yore sang of a mountain that would stand tall, even should all other lands sink beneath the sea. Indomitable and eternal, it arises from Urkopacha, the 100 peaks of time.
Is this supposed to be Machu Picchu?
Of all the beasts which crawl and fly, only the legendary Valigarmanda could hope to disturb the summit's serene majesty. Yet, with that flying calamity imprisoned by the Dawn Serpent, what great feat remains for those who would claim the throne?
Preserve the seal, or the seal is broken. One of the two. I mean, I doubt the thing's that strong. I guess Estinian lost to an older version of the Dawn Servant, who had sealed that up with his friends.
So this is Urkopacha. I've never actually been here before.
Oh, interesting. You had been to the other place before.
The air is so crisp and clear.
That's really... Now, I've never experienced that really before.
Mountains everywhere you look.
Yeah.
That one massive peak in particular has quite the presence. It puts me in mind of Som-Al.
I don't remember which place that is. I'm sorry.
That is Workor Sormor, the tallest mountain in Yogg-Tural. Its sheer height makes it an imposing climb. But there are other reasons the ambitious keep their distance.
Is it the giant beast that we sealed there? Well, the Dawn Servant sealed there?
Where to begin?
Excuse me, but you're Wuk Lamat, are you not? I hadn't thought to encounter one of the Dawn's promise here of all places.
Why wouldn't they be here? It's another Hrothgar! What's with Hrothgar and helping people?
But I should introduce myself. I am Bol Nok, a weaver by
Bol
trade.
Nok. Nice to meet you, Bol Nok.
Well met, Bolnok. We're on our
Bol
way
Nok.
to Watranbello.
Bol Nok. Okay, I get better at it.
I've just come from there, as it happens.
Oh, is it doing okay? Is it doing
I
fine?
asked the Pelu who sell me their wool to give me a tour of their alpaca ranch. The head rancher and I shared a bottle of mezcal while he explained the finer points of wool production.
Mezcal.
Mezcal, is that a local beverage?
Is this gonna be like... Is it gonna be like beer?
It's an Urkopacha specialty. A spirit made from distilled agave heart juice.
So a bit like wine? Outsider?
Yes, and it must have done wonders for my mood, for I tripled my usual order of alpaca wool. They did offer me a discount, though, so it wasn't a bad deal in the end.
Okay, that's not too bad.
But listen to me, boring you with my tedious stories. I will leave you before you are lulled to sleep. Goodbye, and safe travels.
Oh, that's very nice of them to do. You're going the wrong way.
Oh, silly me. I almost forgot to say the thing I actually wanted to say.
Okay, good luck.
Peace for Tural. I agree with your vision, Third Promise. You have my support in your bid for the throne.
Oh, that's nice. That's rare. But you came from that way. Don't you want to walk past us?
I gather from his tale we would be foolish to underestimate Pelu Pelu merchants.
Yeah. Feels like they're good at tricking people, but
Yes.
not tricking them.
They do more than run the markets in Tuliola. Pelu Pelu peddlers can be found everywhere in Tural.
They weren't in the Hanu
Running
Hanu
from place
place.
to place on their sturdy alpacas. They are effusive and engaging speakers. And many's the customer who's been talked into spending more than they bargained for.
Oh, Wuklamat's gonna be... That's gonna happen to him, isn't it?
They won't find this customer so easily charmed.
Oh no, they will. They will. You're gonna buy like infinite stuff.
Fortune Pello's down the path! Off the main road! Don't get lost!
It's
Ironville.
right there.
Ironville, I feel like he's gonna spend all your money. We don't want another Estinian who doesn't know anything about money. I could fight an alpaca? It's level 90? Okay, I can see why they're okay here. Hey, Evanville. I know we literally just talked up there, but another cutscene? This is it. Wachum Pelu. Wachu Pelu. Home of the Pelu Pelu. Wuklamat should have arrived before us. He's talking with a Pelu Pelu. That's probably selling him stuff. That's not good. You've come all this way for the right of succession? Oh, so that means I'm exchanging words with the future Dawn servant. Please, the outcome is far from decided, but it is a possibility. How fortunate then, that I deal in clothes woven from especially luxurious alpaca wool. Such a garment would look magnificent when draped over the shoulders of a budding ruler. And our nation's ruler should dress her best for her adoring people, yes? Finery for our finest lady? That's right. Come, Third Promise. My well-stocked shelves are but a few steps away. Finest lady. I like that. Alright, I suppose a quick look wouldn't hurt. Erenville, get them. What did we just talk about? Erenville, when did you... Ah, a Shetoni from far off Zaktural? Northern winters are a bitterly cold affair, I'm told. I cannot imagine how you survive there without a lovely warm cloak of a quality alpaca wool. No thank you, I'm in no need of new clothes at the moment, and neither is the Third Promise, perhaps another time. Of course, my shop is always open. It shouldn't always be open. Don't overwork yourself, mate. You were saying something about not easily being charmed? I was just... As I mentioned previously, the Pelu people live for bringing happiness through trade. They won't cheat you or sell you defective goods. They will, however, disarm you with deft turns of phrase, and unwitting customers like Wuklamat fall prey to their affable approach time and time again. Your only recourse is a clear and firm refusal. They won't pursue the matter should you make your disinterest plain. A valuable insight into the minds of the Pelu Pelu. Let us talk to Evanville's. Let us take Let us all take Erenville's words of caution to heart. I wasn't gonna buy anything. I have like infinite money. I just got 1,000 golds just for talking and moving a couple steps. So, you know. I guess it's not gold, it's gil. Not my finest moment, I'll admit. But now that we're here, let us do what we came to. Find the Elector. Allow me to propose a strategy then. Kryl, Alisei and I will speak with the merchants. Wuklemat, you and Erenville might try approaching travellers and passers-by. Not to pray investigate any of the other establishments which catch your eye. Should we learn aught to use, let us relay it to the third promise. I mean, there's got to be somebody who's selling coffee. It feels like coffee's the #1 thing for them. That feels like a no-brainer. That's probably what this place does. No, they do beer. The Dawn Servant Elector? Ah, I thought you were a new face in town. Here for the right of succession, I take it. Me, I don't much care who sits on the throne so long as they keep Tyrol peaceful. People tend to not be in the mood to relax and sip our excellent mezcal once arrows and spears start flying, if you know what I mean. Speaking of which, would you like a cup? A joy? Shared is joy doubled, I say. No, I'm good. Oh, right, yes, you were talking about the Elector business. Being but freshly returned from my trading route, I've heard that there's a contest afoot, but not much else. Our head ledger, Tobai, could probably tell you more about it. Very well. I mean, if you want peace to happen, but don't much care who's on the throne, then there's really only one person who's preaching peace. I guess the others... I guess a couple, actually, in fairness. Elector, oh yes, I've heard all about their rights of succession. They're looking to put a new ruler on the throne, eh? Personally, I'm rooting for Zorul Jahar. If the first promise wins, he'll look to expand our sphere of influence. That means access to more resources and more customers. In the thousands column, potentially. So many new opportunities to spread happiness far and wide. Others have been coming around to my way of thinking, so I've begun crafting goods inspired by the resilient sun. Would you care to purchase something? No, I would not. Very well, you said you wanted to know about the Elector. I could help you, but I won't. I can tell you're no supporter of Zorul Jar or his policies. Zarul Jar. Well, surely you'd want to go with the second promise more than the first promise. Hello there, I'm Mablu. Do you have a question for me? Where's this bloomin' Elector? Sorry, I don't know any Electors. You should take a moment to see our prized alpaca before you leave, though. Oh, but be sure to admire them from a respectable distance. Get too close and our nervous darlings might be tempted to spit on you. It happened to a visiting buyer not long ago. Toblai, that's the head rancher, was so mad at me for not giving him a proper warning. No one makes a mistake without Toblai noticing. He knows everything that happens on his ranch. Well, then it's Toblai, right? He's the Elector. Probably should have tuned to this thing. Look, this one doesn't even have a rope guarding it. Perfect. You really have to watch yourself around these silver-tongued peddlers. I almost bought a bottle of mezcal and a stack of blankets, and then there was this enchanting ornament. Anyway, I did manage to learn that Toblai is the man to talk about the contest. Now, if they'd share where this head ledger of theirs is to be found... Really? He's also the head rancher? Well, the alpaca ranch is not far from here. I say we pay it a visit before the others return. Okay, I've got to go with you, though, because you'll buy, like, everything he sells. I assume Pelu can see through other Pelu Pelu, like, absolutely instantly, right? They're just like, mate, I know this. I learned it in the same school as you. We all learned it from there. No. This one. That is a lot of alpacas. Surely we know that Head Ledger could be here somewhere. I cannot let fear deter me. Not to say that I'm scared, of course. Don't get too close. Excuse me, is one of these workers Toblai? Toblai? Oh yes, he likes to mingle with the ranch hands and keep an eye on things. I can't tell you which one he is though. You can't? Is this part of the contest? All I can say is Toblai often mentions his favourite pungent subject. He also can't resist a profitable trade, though who among us could? Am I still right? Am I right? Still, if you would bring him a very good deal, he might let his identity slip. Ah, so it's like a game. Easy enough. All I have to do is offer Toblai a deal he can't ignore. No problem at all. Well, maybe one problem. I don't think my purse is deep enough to pay everyone we think might be Toblai. Let's ask some questions first to narrow down the field. Great, we came back here to share our impressions. We come back here to share our impressions. Got it right a second time. I didn't at all. Well, it ain't Mablu, is it? A diligent ranch hand. Ah, a visitor from across the salt, if I'm not mistaken. Be warned, the alpacas will spit if you startle them. I suggest you keep your movements slow and deliberate. You think I might be Toblai? Ah, well, maybe I am. All I will say is that in this village, none have reared more alpaca than I. No, he wouldn't be that boastful. Am I Toblai? Yes, that's me. Excellent work from the third promise and our entourage. Sharp instinct. Shall we commence the right succession then? Not that one, is it? Is it Mablu? It might be Mablu. Well, obviously I'm not Toblai. I mean, oops. I shouldn't have said that. You're meant to find out for yourself who Toblai is. Or if an elector is even in this village at all. Good luck. I think it's that guy. I think it's him. He also like is specifically the only one that told me about the alpacas. I see we've both done our interrogation, so who do you think it is? I have my suspicions, but let's hear your pick. I think it's the diligent guy. Ah, the workers so intent on stable chores. I've had my eye on that one too. Time to rip off the mask of our mysterious ranch hand, so to speak. I don't know if I'm right. I'm wrong, aren't I? We know it's you, Toblai, and to prove it, I propose a deal. An offer I'll gladly accept. As you have guessed correctly, I am indeed Toblai, head ledger of Wachupelu and head rancher of the family ranch. I am also Gulu Jar Jar's chosen elector. Ah, in a place featured in the Tulyal saga, just as we thought. I was right to trust in your instincts, and I wager this won't be the last time. No, it probably isn't. She found you out fair and square, Toblai. And I'm glad she did. Would have been a pity had her bid ended here. I didn't even think about the generous sum to just tell me your identity. That's a genius plan, Wuklamat, actually.
Deducing the Dunservant's elector was the first step of the feat. Too simple a task for this aspiring
Puss in
ruler,
Boots. That's all I can think of right now.
Right. Not hard at all.
Exactly. Ooh, here's the second one. Here's the first promise. And he's got his sage with him.
Zorolja.
It's a wool jar.
I am told the head ledger, Tobli, is to be found here.
Oh, he talks. Like he talks a lot.
You have to guess which one of us is Tobli. That's part of the test.
I see.
You're Tobli.
Wow, genius.
Without even asking a single question. Very impressive indeed. With that amusing prologue out of the way, we can proceed to the actual challenge.
Okay. Is it to defeat
Per
death?
the Dawn Servant's instructions, I was free to devise any manner of feat. I considered a number of possibilities in the 10th column. But I think I have a good one.
Ooh. What is it?
You must go forth and capture for me an alpaca.
Well, don't you have like loads of those?
While I've not had the best experiences with alpacas, aren't they generally docile creatures? That doesn't sound like much of a challenge.
Is it a specific one? Don't
Bring out the example!
What, the example? Oh, what a cutie. It's gonna spit on me?
This is a special kind of alpaca. Would you please approach the animal, Third Promise?
Who? Me? Well, it should stay calm if I stay calm, right? That's what Erinville said.
You are not calm at all. Right in the eye.
The little monster spat on me! Oh, that stinks! I can't.
Wow.
Alpacas are paradoxical creatures, being both extremely curious and extremely cowardly. Press your luck when they're frightened, and you'll get a face full of spit, as you've all just witnessed. Has an awful stench, their expectoration. The globs contain half-digested food, you see, making it an effective deterrent against perceived threats.
Wild valley breed like this one are especially timid and can therefore be quick to lash out.
Why did you use the third
They're
promise?
also especially hardy.
Indeed. We take the rugged wild alpacas and breed them with our gentle domesticated stock. This produces the strong but biddable pack animals prized by our traveling merchants.
You just knocked out one of the promises.
That's all well and good, but did I need to bathe an alpaca spit for you to make your point?
No, you thought it was funny.
So, the task is to catch a wild alpaca.
That is correct. But be warned that it is a feat easier said than done. I suggest you prepare well before you enter the valley where the creatures dwell. And by you, I mean the claimants only. Allies are not permitted to assist with the catching.
Oh, that's a good shout. I would just do it.
The alpacas will help me judge which of you is worthy of receiving a keystone.
Wait, can't you give multiple out? The Anu did.
So I'm to chase down a fluffy, spitting demon, and that somehow proves I'm fit to rule?
As I said, the Dawn Servant granted me the freedom to decide my challenge. And when you reach the end of the ride, I dare say you will understand why I chose what I chose.
That's not what it... Oh, it is what it said. Never mind. I was so quick to jump at them. Very well. He's just gonna stare at it.
Well, this won't take long.
He's just gonna stare at it and immediately win.
Wait! Didn't I warn you this was easier said than done? There are preparations to be made, factors to consider.
A beast is a beast. All yield to strength.
Oh, he's very into strength. I kind of like him though.
So far, this experience has done absolutely nothing to improve my opinion of alpacas.
They're fine. You annoyed it and it spat at you, and then this other one specifically was made that spat at them a lot.
But that doesn't mean I can't do this. Revolting spit aside, they're just another animal.
You're gonna prepare though, right? You're not gonna do a Zorol jar.
Are you alright, Orclamat? We thought we heard you scream.
Nah, you didn't hear anything. Don't worry about it.
The third promise does not scream. It was more of a startled yelp.
That's a scream.
Scream, in other words.
Yeah. It was very funny. I don't know why they chose him. That felt like a complete
Did you find
disrespect.
the Elector?
Yeah, he's right over there.
Oh, we certainly did.
He's right there. I could see him. He's right next to that pink one. That I'm guessing is pink because it's the only girl? I guess. I have to go wash this nasty stuff off my face. I think I got all of it. But would you mind taking a sniff for me? Just to make sure. The stench has ruined my sense of smell. Hey, I saw that look. Ooh. Hand gear, perfect. That's the bit I don't like about my outfit at the moment. As Wuklamad helped demonstrate, the valley alpaca are wary of people. Getting close enough to catch one will not be an easy task. You might have warned me about that earlier. I had enough trouble with tame alpacas. How do you expect me to wrangle a wild one? With the proper saddle, we infuse the leather with a relaxing scent that soothes the spitting animal. Wonderful, give me one of those then. Have you perhaps forgotten we are a clan of merchants? If you want a taming saddle, then you'll need to find a saddler and make them an offer. They don't come cheap, of course. Crafting a saddle will cost you the equivalent of 10 pel. In the 1,000 column? You mean 10,000 pel? I don't have that kind of coin. Converting to gil, that comes to around 1 million or so. Perhaps if we pitch in. No, this is my feat to accomplish. I wouldn't feel right about having others pay the cost. I'll find the money somehow. In that case... the basket of wool is worth the sum you paid me earlier. 1 pel, in the 100s column. Beginning with the wool, you can trade for even more valuable goods until you have something suitable to bargain with. For the saddle. That's a nice gesture, but do you think I can turn 100 pel into 1 million? That's 10,000 times more! We need 10,000 pel, not 1 million. So we're looking at 100 times more. Oh right, I panicked and got confused with the Alphinold's million gil. I'm not so sure about this trading idea. You were almost talked into buying a cloak you didn't need mere moments after you arrived. But I hate it when you're right. Then let me help you with your deal making. Hello again, Malibu? Malibu, I work here at Mablu. I work here as a ranch hand, but I've also learned a lot of the peddling profession. It's alright if I aid them now, yes? I guided the claimant towards the first step of the feat like you asked. As long as Wuklamat goes alone to capture her alpaca, she is free to accept assistance from whoever she likes. Hooray, let's see about getting you that saddle then, Third Promise. I don't know why you made your offer, but I could use an ally with a beak for bargains. Welcome aboard, Mablu. Should the rest of us stay behind perhaps? It may be easier to haggle over prices without so many voices chiming in. Yes, stay here and pitch in with the ranch work. With Mablu gone, I'll need extra hands to tend the alpacas. Gladly, although not, I think you should go with Wuklamat. You've seen markets and bazaars the world over. Surely you'll have sage advice to share. I mean, maybe. I didn't buy much in them. In that case, you should also hold on to the alpaca wood. If it's misplaced or soiled in some way, you'll have nothing to bargain with. As if I do such a thing. But I'll leave the wood with Notta anyway. They're better to keep my hands free. How much wool is it? It's obviously you can have in a hand. To begin with, I suggest we try trading the wool to Havli, the saddler. He won't accept the deal, of course, but I'll give us an idea of how much he'll accept for his wares. Oh, why do these people keep appearing? There's no point in even banning them, because they always use a different name. Hey, if you're watching this and you want to buy viewers, there. I'm never going to do it, but hey, to each their own. I don't think it's illegal. I mean, if you suddenly see me jump up in views, you know what's happened. I give you permission to harass me because of it. Not harass, but like, you can annoy me about it. Something I can do for you? We've come to bargain. I need one of your special taming saddles to catch a wild alpaca. A saddle, is it? How will you be paying for it? With this basket of fine alpaca wool. Not a chance. What use does a saddle maker have for wool? Besides, this would barely cover the cost of a single strap buckle. Offer me something I actually want. Okay, what is it you actually want? And what might that be? Mezcal. I'd like to nurse a cap a day's end while I inspect my finished work. Bring me a jug of quality stuff and you've got yourself a deal. This bodes well for us, Third Promise. Such mezcal can be had for only 5 pel in the thousands column. Hold on. Did you say Third Promise? Then my offer has changed. The saddle is going to cost you a jug of premium mezcal. Aged 3 years at least. 3 years? That stuff is valued at 10,000 pel or more. Why have you doubled the price? Because I must support the man of ambition who will see my business prosper. Zoral Jar will go to war and his cavalry will need saddles. Lots of saddles. It's nothing personal, Third Promise, but I won't sell you my craft for anything less than my asking price. Ooh. Mean, but okay. Can't say that I blame him. I'm known for championing peace, and peace is unlikely to bring in more customers. Those of our grandparents' generation remember the dark time when clans were at war. Many of these Pelu pray for your victory, Wuklamat. The younger ones, though, to them, strife and bloodshed are as children's stories. They think themselves safe from the horrors and take the peace we now enjoy for granted. Still others are unsatisfied with the quiet prosperity and crave the future the second promise envisions. They've become incensed with innovations like dirigibles that have made trade swift and easy. Then you have those like Havel, convinced the first promise's plan for conquest will afford them opportunities for great profit. Yeah, it's a shame. What about you, Mad Blue? Aren't you of the younger generation? At least a year or two younger than me, I'd say. Oh, I was raised on the old tales. I've memorized the accounts of what it was like when the Yok Hall ruined our town. That's why I offered to help. I want you to become the Dawn Servant to keep our nation from going back to the way it was. Well then, I guess I'd better make sure I win the contest. But that type of mezcal the saddlemaker wants is so expensive. We weren't expecting to need 10,000 pel from the outset. Nothing changed, we just need to get... Weren't we expecting to need 10,000 pel from the outset? Nothing changed. I may not have a head for trade or the stomach for alpacas, but I won't give up with the piece of Tulial on the line. Then neither will I. We will make you the Dawn Servant. Aiming for that 10,000 pel jug right away will only bring us failure and frustration. So let us first try exchanging the wool for anything even a touch more valuable. The trick is to find someone who needs alpaca wool and is willing to trade and at a loss to acquire it. Someone who will support your bid for the throne, for instance. Oh, that guy. I mean, he went the other way, didn't he? Of course, the Weaver! Bucknook was his name, I believe. He went on his way to say he agreed with my vision, and he was there to buy wool. I think I remember the direction he was going, but for now, let's head back to the road where we first met him. I love how the Scions are just doing busybody work at the alpaca place while this is happening. I think he bought 3 times as much as he wanted to. I don't think he'd want to buy more. Wooklamat. Let's get back. This is the spot. After Bullnock talked to us, he walked off to the south. Then he was probably going to Ikvol's Inn. Most visitors to Wachu Pelu end up staying there. Let's go and check, shall we? Oh, genius to put an inn right next to a merchant hub. Especially since for some reason they've decided not to make an inn themselves. It's a nice little village here, actually. Is it just the inn? Oh, those things look cool. They're kind of like weird anteaters with like spikes and horns and stuff. Oh god, they've made a huge profit off of this. Are those warriors? Can I have the that basket, Notta? Sure. Now let's see if we can turn our profit. Bucknock, I'm glad we found you. Are you interested in making a trade? Third promise, you wish to do business with me? Might I ask what this is about? I mean, I hope he doesn't give it you, because that doesn't seem fair either. Like, that goes against what you said you were going to do as well. I see, so the goal is to turn the basket of wool into a jug of 3-year-old premium mezcal. Then allow me to invest in your efforts. Peace in Tural is what allowed me to cross freely into the lands of my suppliers. Naturally, I would prefer that one pledged to preserve that peace will win the throne. Thus, I do humbly offer you this wool poncho, a small token that I pray contributes to your victory. Oh, that's fine, craftsman. A garment like that would easily fetch 5 pel in the 100s column. That's very generous, Bullnock. Thank you. I promise I won't let you down. I have every faith in you, Third Promise. May fortune bless your future dealings. I can't believe you quintupled your investment with your first deal. We're off to a spectacular start. Only because Notta remembered our weaver friend. All I did was hand over the wool. That's not true. The connections you build with your friends are vital. With people are vital. This is one of the most fundamental principles of trading, one which will instinctively mastered. You think so? I know so. Now let's make our 500 pel poncho and trade it for something even more valuable. Here, Notta, you take the poncho. If I lost it somehow, Erenville would never let me hear the end of it. All set? Our next deal is waiting to be found. Maybe somebody here would like a wool poncho. Oh, I'm liking this. Success! You traded 100 pel basket of alpaca wool for 500 pel wool poncho. Leveraging connections is a sound strategy, but we should also consider supply and demand. An individual in urgent need of a good poncho will offer more than a merchant simply looking to stock his shelves. That makes sense, but how do we know if someone needs a poncho? They aren't wearing one? That's the obvious answer, isn't it? We look for a person without a poncho and then hope they're eager to buy ours? Yes, there we go. We find the demand for our supply. So where shall we begin our search for prospective buyers? There are a number of places, but we could do worse than starting right here at the inn. There might be interested travelers. Interested travelers. Who needs a poncho? A lot of Maronjar hardly wear anything to begin with. There are probably Landsguard or Sellsword. Maronjar who soldier for a living prefer not to wear much above the waist. It hampers their movement. So even if they have bared shoulders, Maronjar carrying arms can be struck off the list. Yes. Sweaty, no. Disconcerted, no. Hard bitten. They have weapons, he doesn't. I choose you. Let's see, no cloak, no coat, but also no weapon. Oh, we might have a winner. Oh there, friend. You're not a mercenary by trade, right? I was curious about your bold choice of dress, or lack thereof. Oh, it was no choice of mine, believe me. I was attacked by beasts on the way here, and barely escaped with my scales intact. My coat was not so lucky. I'm actually a toolmaker from Tuliol, and was dressed quite smartly, all the better to show the Pelu. I am a man who takes pride in his appearance, and therefore his work as well. But now look at me. Well, sir, this is your lucky day. You could wear this very nice wool thing that I have. What a splendid poncho! This would be a perfect replacement for the coat I lost. We'd be willing to part with it if you'd like to make a trade for one of your fine tools, perhaps. What about this hatchet? I crafted it myself and would vouch for its quality. Sure. The raid looks sharp, the half's well made. I'd value it at 1 pel in the 1,000 column. I love this. Oh, from 500 to 1,000, we have a deal. Wonderful, a fine garment such as this should put me on even footing with any Pelu merchant, let the eponymous owner of the Mipley's Mate Garden for one, field hands use hatches to harvest the mate, and I thought to impress her with a tool I sold you. No matter, I have other wares to sell. Glad I am to have met you. Did you hear that? We've already found our next buyer. To Mipley's Mate Garden. Yes, but it's a fair distance on foot. We should take alpacas. I have on my own mount, but you can. These ones will be the calm type. Right? Boom. Doubled. That's a nice hatchet. Success! You traded a 500 pel wool poncho for a 1,000 pel hatchet. I know these are literally made for children, but I'm pretty proud of my ability to pick right all these times. Boom, Firefox. Matt Blue, how you doing? Well done recognizing that toolmaker as a potential customer. If you've a mind to change profession, you'd make an excellent merchant. Maybe another time. Oh, I should probably put this on as well, right? Wait. Are these better? No, they're not even better. I don't know why I keep picking them up. Before we get moving, you should be the one to hold this. What is it? A knife! Well then, I suppose we should hop on the alpacas Mablu has so kindly provided. Yeah, hold on a second. Character. These do 650, and then if I look at my armory, look at hands. The thing I just got. Oh, I'm not going to remember which one of these is the one I just got. This one. 645. Okay, fair enough. Ready? Ready to go? Let's mount up. Sure. Oh, look at these cute little things. Look at that thing. That looks awesome. That one looks awesome. Why haven't you used those as pack animals? Like, goats feel like they'd be good. We probably would never become traveling merchants. Can you imagine walking all the way around across a toile? Sorry, I wasn't reading the dialogue. I swear, that mountain is too tall to be real. Warwick Zumor, wasn't that his name? A forbidding sight, isn't it? One I've never appreciated up close. You have to take the long way around the cliffs to get there, to the highlands belonging to the Yok Hall. Or Hull? H-U-L. H-U-Y. So, Mablu, you said you were learning about the peddler profession. You don't care for ranch work? No, I love it. I love working with alpacas. But becoming a peddler has always been a dream of mine. And I'm not sure I have the talent for it. If I can help you buy the taming saddle, though, then it'd be a proof that I can do this myself. In that case, you'd best get ready to be a merchant. Look, we're almost there. That was a pretty decently long ride. Boo boo doo 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 doo. We've made it, and without a single smelly incident. I sent the alpacas back to the inn, so we'll walk along the main road when we return to the village. Speaking of roads to travel, you were adopted by the Dawnsovereign, weren't you, Third Promise? That I was. Don't know why that were meant it. Perhaps you understand, I was an orphan too, you see. Topley took me in. He took in all the ranch hands, actually. All of them? Yes, and everyone works hard at their chores, grateful for the opportunity to repay the head ledger's generosity. Yet here I am, the only one wanting to go off and be a merchant. I'm sorry, I don't know why I'm telling you this, but we need to keep trading things for your saddle if you're prepared for the feat of gold. Ah, it's meat harvesting season. They can't have too many quality hatchets. Add to that Wooklamat's way with people and we should have no trouble making a favourable deal. That's Miplua herself over there. Pass the hatchet to the third promise and let's go bargaining. Do do do. Do do do. You have that little axe for me? Maybe we'll get a 10,000 thing from this. Thanks. Now let's see what we can get for it. You're Miplu, the owner of this field? I have a mind to trade if you're interested. Well, the third promise. I might be convinced to entertain a proposal. What do you have on offer? This hatchet, forged by a seasoned artisan, the razor edge of this exceptional tool will make light work of your crops. The quality is acceptable, I suppose. I offer you a large sack of mate leaves in exchange. A sack of mate leaves is valued at 1 pelu in the $1,000, the same price as the hatchet. This deal would bring us no closer to the mezcal. If I may, Mistress Mipple, it's harvesting season, is it not? Does not the demand for hatchets afford them a higher price? It is indeed the season, which is why I'm procured an ample batch of tools well in advance. We've missed a window for demand in that case. We'll have to fall back on our connections. Think of it this way, a generous deal here will put you in the third promise's good grace. Surely that's worth a consideration. I don't wish to give offence, but I must tell you that I stand with the second promise. His innovations will improve every aspect of our lives, I believe include farming, and no longer have the need for hatchets. I assure you that I have nothing but respect for Wooklamat. That is why I'm preparing to purchase a spare hatchet at a fair price. I know that is fair given your reasons, but we ourselves would be no better off from the transaction. How about this? If we were to help bring in your harvest, would you give us a better deal? As a matter of fact, I would. Until the reforms come about, I can always use more hands in the fields. Then you can go ahead and add our labour to the bargain. Added value to tip scales? How could I have forgotten one of the most basic rules of trading? You can rest here if you'd like, Mablu. Not and I will have mate... And I have mate to gather. Oh, yeah, hello there. Sorry, I did see that you come in. Oh, and thank you for the follow, but I you know, it's dialogue and everything. Off to the fields then. And mind you pick the healthy leaves. I'll take 5 good bundles from each of you. Yeah, I'm doing good, Helen. Thank you for the follow, by the way. I really appreciate it. Sorry I didn't get to you immediately, but it was in the middle of a cutscene, so you know. That takes priority because they don't last very long. I stream Monday, Wednesday, Friday, so not daily. I do it like 3 out of the 3 out of the 7 days. No, I couldn't handle daily. I used to only do once a week. What games are you into? Well, I'm into obviously I'm into MMOs and stuff like that. I'm into effectively any form of RPG really. I'm playing Baldur's Gate on Wednesdays, which is which is a great game. So effectively, like CRPGs, RPGs. I'm pretty into bullet heaven games. So if you've ever seen like Vampire Survivors, that kind of game, I'm into those as well. I play a bit of Hearthstone. Not a huge amount though. Do 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 do. Yeah, I'm not into the... I've heard good things about Valorant, but that's not really my scene, like the first-person shooters. I've played a bit of Marvel Rivals, but I think that's a bit more like hero power based than Valorant is. I'm not really into the Battle Royales, but I've heard great things about them. You've brought me some leaves then? Yes, I did. Here they are. An acceptable harvest. We'll see how your companion fares before I make any decisions, though. Oh, cool. Besides, here we bought our share as well. Hold on a second. I'll get back to you just after I've read this. It's more than enough to hold your end of the bargain. Now it's time to honor mine. After adding the value of your price of the hatchet, I'm prepared to offer you a full sack of our highest grade leaves. Premium, mate. But in the shop, one sack would cost no less than 5 pel in the 1,000 column. Then we can bid farewell to this hatchet. I'll give you a good home. Talk of the contest aside, I'm glad we come to a mutual agreeable trade. As am I. All the best with the rest of harvest. I think that's the end of the... Yeah, I mean, if you have a Twitter I can look at or an Instagram... Mablu, what's wrong? It's as I was saying before, even after everything Tobley's done for me, I'm planning to abandon it all and become a merchant. But then I needed your help after forgetting a basic rule of trade. How could I expect Tobley to accept my decision? Cool, I'll have a look at it after, I'll have a look at it after the stream. I make sure whenever anyone asks, I have a look at it after the stream because I don't want to interrupt the stream. But I'll make sure. I'll make sure to do that. Have you mentioned your plans to leave? Not exactly. I wanted to prove I could succeed as a peddler before I declared my intentions. I seek to follow in my father's footsteps, but not because he expects it of me. I want to preserve Tuol's peace and becoming the Dawn Servant happens to be the best way to do it. You should live a life of your own choosing, and I wouldn't be surprised if Tobley held the same opinion, so talk to him. You're right, it's better to find out for sure than worry over what he might say. Thank you for the advice. Oh, nice! But first we have a saddle to buy. I want that success under my belt so I can be sure of my decision. That's such a good way of getting your art out there. Is having a stream where you're doing it. What's next then? We trade our tree leaves for something better? We go straight for the mezcal? Oh, God. Bargain our way into double the value? Think you can do it? I will make this trade work. I admire you, Third Promise, that you're holding on your own against such strong competitors for the throne. This is inspiring. You are holding up your own, Wooklemat. I mean, of course I am. I'm Wooklemat of the Dawn Promise. Yeah, you got this. Yeah, I mean, the fact that you've got a stream, as I was saying before, is such a huge bonus. Because the amount of people that are gonna not do it, the amount of people that are not gonna go with someone because they don't trust them, but seeing the stream of you doing it is like, well, here's me doing it, so you can see me doing it. It's gonna be a huge tool in getting people interested. Oh, I forgot to read that dialogue. Ready then? Our next stop is the Mezcal Distillery. I think that's in the main town. I think. I could be wrong. I also do emotes and overlays. Cool. I'm not in the need of any of those, but I'll definitely keep you in mind when I'm it should be the same as it should be the same as my name on this. So just JD Moss. I don't use it a huge amount of time, but if it's the only way to see the stuff, I'll definitely go on it just to see that. It might be worth, if you're really getting into the idea of like selling stuff, it might be worth getting on like every social media you physically can. So like also like Twitter, off the top of my head. Blue Sky's got a big thing going up now. It's just, you know, expanding your options. I know it's probably a lot more work when you're advertising, but it's, you know, it's more places people can see you. We'll want to talk with a man by the name of Gobly. Gobly? Cool. I'll do it after the stream, as I said. Even among his fellow distillers, he's regarded as a master of the craft. He's known for the value of his product, so if we're trying to convince him to trade for twice what the leaves are worth, we're going to need targeted information. That means asking around and taking in the gossip. If you could talk to the people here in the distillery, Notta, perhaps Wooklemat could do the same at the village entrance. Meanwhile, I'll head north side and see what we can learn. Me? I'm a chef from Tulial. I often come here to buy Golbai's mezcal, the finest in Tural according to my customers. He always brings out a jug during our dealings, but I can't handle the stuff too well myself. I take small sips, not wanting to be impolite, you understand, but still end up so addled as to agree with whatever price he quotes. It would be nice to have less potent refreshments during such conversations, else I might have to seriously reconsider our agreement. Interesting, so he needs lower quality, maybe. Golbai might be deft-handed distilling, but he's got no sense when it comes to appearances. Rumour has it he's been invited to the palace for business negotiations. If he presented himself to the court wearing his usual rumpled attire, though, he'll be laughed out of Sunperch. Okay, so he also needs good quality equipment, good quality clothing. There's not so much I can say about Golbai, but I can tell you what Golbai's been saying. The other day he was muttering about monsters prowling around Agave Jaws. That's the field where they gather ingredients for mezcal. Their presence has made it harder to produce said ingredients, and thus driven up the price of his product. A boon, some might argue, but it's hard to celebrate when it affects the work as it does. Can't rightly bring joy to people if you can't keep making them the thing they love. Clothing, monster attack, lighter refreshments. Got it. So what did you find? Oh, we can make use of all these tidbits. The deal is as good as sealed. As for me, I found out where Golbai is working. There's a millstone at the top of the slope behind the distillery. You go ahead and I'll bring Wooklamat. I think the logic here is, obviously I go out and clear out those monsters for him. Wooklamat gives him information about just... How about you just dilute the thing that you're making? And then, Matt Blue tells him to get better clothing. You have business with me, madame? Why don't we talk below so as not to distract the alpaca from its work? Now, what's this about? Keep it brief if you would. I'm a busy man. We're in the market for a 3-year-old jug of premium mezcal, assuming you have any on hand, that is. An excellent choice. I must warn you though, it doesn't come cheap. We don't have Pel, but we can offer you a sack of mate leaves in exchange. It's top-grade stuff like the mezcal. No deal. Mate leaves are all well and good, but I don't have any use for them. No deal, just like that. Still, I'd hate to send you away empty-handed. Why don't you sit and chat a while over a cup of mezcal? Now the real bargaining begins. Which of our cards do you play first? The hub bellows distaste for strong drinks. I appreciate your hospitality, but I'm afraid I can't hold my drink. I've heard one of your regular customers, a Hoblago chief, is the same. Seeing as not everyone can enjoy mezcal, I wonder if you might benefit from having other refreshments to offer? Something like mate tea, for instance? And brewed from the finest leaves, of course? Ooh, 1. Ah, you're right, absolutely right. I have noticed the growing reluctance on the part of my Hoblago friend, but did not realize I myself was to blame. I must endeavor to be a better host. Still, even with the added value in mind, no sack of leaves is worth mezcal after you're after. That's 1. Should we offer to call the monsters causing trouble? No, we leave that for last. As I expect you are aware, the rite of succession is currently taking place. That's why the third promise has graced us with its presence. When the contest is decided, the subsequent ascension ceremony and banquet will be a prestigious affair. If your mezcal were to be served there, it would bring your distillery immeasurable fame. Wait, could it be your rumoured invitation to the palace is to discuss the very possibility? As a matter of fact, yes, I must admit, I'm still reeling from the abruptness of it all. It would be a great honour, an opportunity if I could secure the deal. Well, I should think your exceptional mezcal would speak for itself. That said, there's no such thing as being too prepared, and first impressions last. You'll want to be wearing your very best when you walk into Volok Shunsar. It would be a shame to miss the chance of a lifetime simply for the want of proper garment. That it would. Are you saying you have garments to offer? Something ideal for court? We have no garments on hand, I'm afraid, but we could provide you with the next best thing. An introduction to a weaver. His name is Bol Nock, and his work are highly regarded in Torial. Ooh. That's the second punch. Go for the knockout. As a supporter of Wooklamat and a keen observer of palace politics, he will doubtlessly be happy to guide you in the selection of an outfit to fit this golden occasion. That is certainly a tempting proposal, and one of which I would take full advantage, but the scales still aren't quite balancing. Then we hit him with the knockout. Hit him with the knockout, Wooklamat! Say, weren't there monsters running amok in Agarv Jaws? That's a problem we could easily solve for you. Truly, I would be most grateful for your immediate assistance. I was resigned to hiring sellswords to clear them out. Factoring in that saved expense and an introduction to a trusted weaver, this is shaping up to be a sound bargain. Alright, you have a deal. Yes, I knew you'd come around. Give us a moment and Notta and I will take care of these prowling nuisances. In the meantime, I'll use the time to pen an introduction letter to Bolnock. The fields you're looking for are just north of Wachu Pelu. Be safe. Right, I think that's where a good spot to end it. I wanted to get through that little trailer bit first. Anyway, I thank you for everybody who's watching. Thank you for Helen for the follow. I'll make sure to have a look at your Instagram and have a look at your incredible art. I'm assuming it'll be incredible. I've got no idea at the moment, but I'm sure it will be. I will see you all on Monday for just a chill hangout. I'll see you on Wednesday for some Baldur's Gate, and I'll see you next Friday, as today was, for some more Final Fantasy. But until then, goodbye. Bye 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 bye.